Hello everyone, Michael Worth with Worthwhile Leather. Today it's just an unboxing video. Here about a week ago, I had ordered a Chinese cobbler sewing machine that's hand cranked. However, it's supposed to be really good for leather working. With some of the stuff that I do, this will allow me to do custom work on the spot at like gun shows and crafts shows and everything where electricity is not always an option. So I got this machine so I could do custom work for people at these events and hopefully help boost my business up. Today's video is going to be nothing more than really just an unboxing of that machine and going over the see how well it's constructed and if some of the problems that I've seen other people have by watching these same videos, if I'm going to have the same problem as well. So with that, please, as always, mind my camera work. I am working from a one-man shop, so I'm going to have to adjust the camera as need be, and we will go from there. So we'll start with the box. The box has been beaten up a little bit. Hold on 1 second. Here in my shop. Box looks like it's been beaten up a little bit. It's traveled from California. I guess we'll just kind of see how it goes. A lot of the other videos, people were having the same problems, the outer box. However, these things were packed in styrofoam pretty well. I'm hoping that mine survived the trip. I got an event coming up for the 4th of July, and I'd really like to be able to use this by then. There's the styrofoam packing, and of course, box is upside down. Turn it around. Alright, well, everything is coated in that nice little grease that they like coating cast stuff in. In all the videos, this little tripod stand that it comes with, everybody gets rid of this tripod stand because it's, I mean, that's actually looking like it's a little bit thicker aluminum. However, how strong of a base for this big heavy machine can these 3 little poles give? Probably not much of one. I plan on creating a wood mount for this. There's a mounting bracket for the tripod. All in all, it's missing a screw there unless it's somewhere about. I got a spool of thread and some leather needles that come with it. That's nice. This mounting base, like I said, these things here, it's not going to be very good for what I need this machine to do, so I'll just end up creating my own wooden base for it. Got a couple of little nuts and washers loose out and about. There ain't no telling how many of them could have possibly fallen out amongst travel. This thing here is going to need a good cleaning. The wheel, yeah, this thing's oily as all get out. Hand crank wheel, all oiled up real nice. I'd seen where somebody had actually taken some outdoor furniture paint and spray painted the outside of this wheel, and it really kept it from rusting up. I will probably do the same thing with this as well. And you only do the outside of it because you don't want to gum up any of the track. The machining on the inside of these tracks looks really good. It's definitely well oiled. The chuck key for the hand crank looks like it's good. A little bit of pitting up here from the casting, and also a spot where the casting didn't quite fill in right there. All in all, I'd say it probably isn't bad. So there's the hand crank wheel. That hand crank wheel probably weighs, the wheel by itself probably weighs right around 5 to 6 pounds. In here is what all the fuss is about. Okay, so one of the problems that everybody lists, and I can see that I got the same one, is right down here, the screw is what secures the cover plate that holds the bobbin in, and also where you do your where you're sliding your material across and everything. The edges on it are sharp. It's machined material. The edges on that are very sharp, and I can see where that will hang up on the material or possibly damage the material. A little bit of filing down, just kind of round off those edges just a little bit. I'm sorry. Need to work on my camera just a little bit. And it keeps on trying to bring me in to it. Gotta love that autofocus sometimes. Okay. With this, though, the hand crank goes here. You got these cams, and that's what the two separate grooves are for. This cam goes on the smaller one. This cam goes on the larger one. And it will operate this whole thing. But the little test piece of leather that they included shows that it sews. The stitching does look good. This thread that you see wrapped around here, excuse me, is kind of like a guide on how to thread the machine. It included 2 to 3 extra bobbins. We'll go ahead and take those off. Let's see what we got. I got 3 bobbins with it. And then here is the bobbin holder. That is giving me a little bit of problems getting that wire out. So you end up with an extra bobbin holder. All this has been machined, however, with some of the pitting. Same thing with a bunch of the other videos that are out there. This right here takes a memory cloth to it, polish it up. That way you have no problems with your stitching. I'm going to take a file. I'm going to need to file that down a little bit. This screw right here is actually elevated above this plate just a little bit. So I'm going to have to file that down. This right here is actually an automatic bobbin winder. Feels like that there's good tension on there. I've seen where somebody was having issues with theirs about not enough tension. That feels pretty good. All in all, some of the other problems that I'd seen with stuff, looks like things are actually pretty well put together. This loop at the top of it up here, it was welded together by brazing, and the brazing weld on mine actually looks like somebody knew what they were doing when they did it. Looks pretty good. I've seen better, but I've also done a whole lot worse myself. All in all, it's a greasy, oily mess that's going to probably take me a good hour or two of just cleaning that portion of it up. I am going to go ahead and unspool it because I've seen that there's enough videos out there on how to do this that I don't need to worry about it. To put it together, it's not all that difficult. Unscrew the nut. Don't drop it like I just did. And then there is a little Allen head screw in there that fits inside the chuck key. I have to rotate that over. Okay, there's going to be a little bit of work that I need to tinker with this on. And that's what it is. That Allen head is not down far enough. To go inside the chuck key. But that was the gist of the machine right there. Build up a wooden base for it. What I really like about this machine is you can actually simply change the directions of the walking foot without having to move your project just by spinning this around. And you can change the direction of the stitching, so you can turn, if your machine is mounted secure enough, you can actually turn corners while you're cranking on it, and it will stitch all the way around. Really nice with the back stitches. It doesn't have a reverse. You just rotate this on around. And I'm seeing one of the things here is at the top here, it probably needs to be polished with some emery cloth or something like that to make it a little bit more smooth. You can kind of hear it grinding just a little bit. And I'd like it a little bit more smooth than that. The material that they stitched, though it looks like leather, it's actually some sort of composite or something, I don't know. And it's multiple layers of something. It might be multiple layers of leather, but I think I'm going to like this machine. Guys, I will post another video once I have it cleaned up and in use on my difficulties and challenges with it. So thank you for joining me. If you like the video, hit the subscribe button and feel free to leave a comment. I can't wait to get this thing working so I can show you some of the projects that I get done with it. Thank you.